Thank you, Ricky Byers. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Multitasking here today. So happy to be with you. So happy that you are here. We have Arne Batson with us today, and I just want to let her know she's going to be singing two beautiful songs this morning by Dr. Bernice Johnson Reagan. But Arne, the lyric is too long for the chat box. Do you have a link that I could just put into the chat box and then people can click on the link? If you can find it, that would be great. And if not, then I'll put the part of it in that I can.
Yeah.
Just, okay, thank you.
I have to. Can you hear me, Reverend Greta?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll have to piece it in.
okay, it's
It's.
not a problem. I'm gonna put the first part of it in anyway. And so
Okay.
I'm doing that now, and I'm going to do it for the people that are on Facebook as well.
Uh,
Um,
thank you. Um, and I
yeah.
can. mm. Good morning,
Uh,
everyone. So
all
hopefully.
right. So we're good. We got a few more minutes, Arne.
Okay.
Uh,
Good.
this is it's a wonderful day and a wonderful opportunity. And this is a living ministry. And this is a life that we're all living in the best way that we know. And there's so much support for us. There's so much love here. It's in, through, and as everything. Everything that's happening is interwoven in this fabric of love. And we get to wrap it around ourselves. So let's take a breath together, as Arne often asks us to do, as we center ourselves and ground ourselves and remind ourselves of who and what God is, as we remember that this holy presence is who we are, that each of us is made in the spiritual image and likeness and out of the essence of that which we call divine. This makes us divine beings, radiant beings of light and love, of rejoicing, of celebrating. We celebrate this day and this moment and this life and this way of life. We celebrate this ministry. We celebrate this reason that we have of coming together and being together and singing together and loving together and growing together, knowing more together of who we really are. And so we give thanks for this day and we bask in the gratitude that radiates from us. This sense of gratitude changes everything because it changes us. We remember. We remember God. We remember our own divinity. Remember this infinite space of love and light. And because we know that everything, absolutely everything, is unfolding for the highest good of all concerned, we just let this be. And we simply say, and so it is.
So.
Amen.
Mm,
And so it is. Mm.
thank you. Uh, good
All
morning,
right.
everyone.
Uh,
I'm happy to be here.
I'm going to call forth Arne this morning, our musical inspiration.
Thank you.
What do you have for us today, Arne?
Thank you, Reverend Greta. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Um, I'm bringing forward one of many songs of Dr. Regan's. Um, she was a scholar, an activist, a singer, songwriter, poet, um, fighter, woman, mother, sister, all of those things. I met her in 1981, and
Say her name again, Arne.
her name is Bernice Johnson Regan. And Reverend Greta, I sent to you some
I see it.
links.
I'm going to see if I can get it in.
I sent
Thank you.
some links
I can.
for you to share, and I did put the lyrics in the chat. People can see the lyrics to the
Okay.
song "Greed."
Yeah, thank you.
They're in the chat. Um, I'm just there's so many songs, and I'm just gonna. Uh, Dr. Regan had a way of expressing herself through music that was extraordinary. um, and she called it organizing sound. That was how she felt. And with this particular song, she wanted to write something about what greed was doing to the human culture, to organized human culture. And she started out with a poem in 1994, and then she read it as a prose presentation, and then maybe a month or so later, she set it to music. That's what she would call it. She set it to music. And so this song is it's called Greed, and it's there in the chat. I'm just gonna sing it raw. Yo, I'm gonna sing it raw because that's how she did it. I'm not in the best voice today, but I will do my best. Do my best. I've been thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been wondering if I could sing about greed. Trying to find a way to talk about greed. Greed is a poison rising in this land. The soul of the people twisted in its command. It moves like a virus, seeking out everyone. Greed never stops, its work is never ever done. A creeping, choking feeling, invading everywhere. There is really no escaping greed's tricky, sneaky stare. I've been thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been wondering if I could sing about greed. Trying to find a way to talk about greed. It's not partial to gender or your sexual desire. All it wants is for you to want to own, to possess, and to buy. Nothing seems to stop it once it enters your soul. It has you buying anything, spending out of control. It moves within the culture, touching us all. Greed, it really isn't picky, it'll make anybody fall. I've been thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been wondering if I could sing about greed. Trying to find a way to talk about greed. Well, it's been around a long time since before we began. Before this was a nation, greed drove people to this land. Greed-driven men created slavery, Black men, women, and children became somebody's property. Greed is a strand in the American dream. Having more than you need is the essential theme. And I've been thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been wondering if I could sing about greed. Trying to find a way to talk about greed. Maybe you don't know exactly what I mean. You don't really want to know about your and my greed. Now you may wonder whether you're infected by greed. Well, if you have to ask this song, then you really need him. Greed is sneaky and hard to detect in myself. I see it so clearly in everybody else. Everybody wanting more than they need to survive. It's a perfect indication greed is settled inside. I can see it in you. You can see it in me. We can see it in big corporations all throughout the government. We see it in the banks. Can see it in the military. See it in the church. I can see it in my neighbor. It all shows up so clearly, you and your greed. I'm just thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been thinking about how to talk about greed. I've been wondering if I could sing about greed. Trying to find a way to talk about greed. Trying to find a way to talk about greed. Trying to find a way to talk about greed. I'm trying to find a way to talk about greed.
Oh,
Thank you.
very powerful stuff. Thank you. Mhm. Oh, you don't know about Dr. Bernice Johnson Regan. Um, a lot of people have been posting on Facebook, and I will put the information that Arne sent me in Facebook and in the chat so that you can see the links to the different places. I mean, I just started reading about her, and such a powerful presence. This quote that she is well known for, she says, "I was here before I came, and when I die, I'm not leaving." Truer words are never spoken. Thank you, Arne. I don't know if Arne mentioned that she was the founder of Sweet Honey in the Rock, and that a lot of us know Arne from her singing in Sweet Honey in the Rock. Just a powerful composer and musician and teacher, historian, leader. Ah, oh, God is good. I don't exactly know what's happening on Facebook, but I know that it's good. And if it's not, we'll fix it. Last week we were talking about right this way. There is a way. And it's right where we are. It's in the heart of every one of us. And the reading this morning is from Amy Perry, and it's called Packing Light. She's on her way somewhere, and she's packing light. And the way she talks about it, we can think of light as opposed to heavy, and we can think of it as light as opposed to dark. So Packing Light by Amy Perry. She says, out of the blue, I'm on my way abroad. A friend had an extra ticket, offered it, and I said yes. It's a work thing for her, but since we're over there, we're going even further to places I've never been before, never ever thought I'd go. We've planned quite a bit, booked tours and trains and rooms. I've looked at weather forecast, and my bag lies open and full, too full. So stepping back, I see I've forgotten to pack light. I've been feeling lately a tender heavy-heartedness. It's a bit raw and slightly bulky, not so weighty as to even slightly threaten to obscure grace. And it's not those ancient heirlooms that I inherited, the pure lead and paralyzingly confusing. I don't carry that baggage anymore. But this recent rawness is simply a heart too full. It's sore and it's soft, and it cares so much that it aches. Stepping back, I start to pack light. It's a gentle noticing. That's all it takes. Compassion, breathing slow and steady, straight into the center. Unpacking what I can't carry. Letting breath and space take over. I give way. It really doesn't take long. It's almost instantaneous. Opening up secret pockets, reordering requirements. Stepping back, I see I'm packing light. I can leave half the stuff I crammed in behind. Now there's room for wonder and awe, for childhood dreams. There's a place for the unknown, the unexpected, for the glad surprise, for the improvise. I toss in some carefree. I fill up most of the rest with letting go and trust. Last, right on top, I remember pure and simple, joy and fun and big belly laughs of delight. All packed, ready. I'm on my way. Amy Perry. Sometime when we're on the way, we leave out the most important things. We carry a whole bunch of stuff that we don't need to be carrying, things that we can't even carry. So I'm traveling light, inviting you to travel light. And it occurred to me that next Sunday that I wouldn't have service because I'm invited to a celebration of life over the weekend. A dear friend of mine has passed, Reverend Catherine Economo. She's moved on, and I am also celebrating the life of a newborn, a new nephew of mine. And we've been talking about this celebrating life, the idea that we celebrate when people come, and we can celebrate when people leave. The celebration feels very different because coming brings the joy, and leaving brings the sorrow. But there is still this recognition that something is going on. And in the celebration of life, which is the topic today, I want to talk a little bit about it because I'm seeing it more and more as a process that there's a beginning, there's a birth, what we call life, there's youth and acceleration, there's growth and accomplishment, there's decline, there's old age, there's what we call death, and what we think of as ending. And I've been talking more and more about what we call death actually being a birth into an expanded life. And that it makes a difference what we associate with death, as opposed to what we associate with a rebirth. So the Chief Crowfoot of the Blackfoot people, when he was asked what is life, he said, life is a flash of a firefly in the night, the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It's the little shadow that runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset. That idea of life. There is a painter and a poet by the name of Akiana Kramari, and she was painting when she was 3 years old. Beautiful, beautiful paintings. And she, when talking about life when she was 8 years old, said, receive life like a gift and release it like a present. And of course, St. Francis of Assisi said that it's only in dying that we are born to eternal life. Just another way of looking at it. That when Dr. Regan said, I was here before I came, and when I die, I'm not leaving, it's one way of looking at it. That we really don't begin when we're born and we don't end when we die. We can think of it as coming out of life and going into life, and continuously coming out of life and going into life. And more, I was thinking of like this kind of continuum, this circular pattern of life that we're progressing through, and that there is coming and going, and there is seeking and finding, and there's uncovering and recovering. There's stretching and contracting, acquiring and releasing, gathering and scattering, planting and harvesting, birthing and rebirthing, living and letting live, letting ourselves live this life. Havelock Ellis said, all the art of living lies in a fine mingling of letting go and holding on. So we let go of some and we hold on some so that we can let go. And so it continues. Poetically, life isn't just about finding shelter in the storm. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. Another poet wrote, if you want to enjoy the rainbow, you have to be prepared to endure the storm. So none of this makes the experience of losing someone we love any easier. It is not easy, because the power of love is so strong, because the people that we've lost, that we love so much. So all of these words don't really change how that feels, but somehow I think it can begin to make a foundation that we can stand on. It can begin to kind of open a space that we can peer into and see exactly what is this life that we're living. Many people know Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, who wrote so much about dying and what it is and what it's like and what it can be. And she says that the reality is that you will grieve forever. I mean, all of us have lost somebody that we really love. And the more times we go around the sun, the more we'll have that experience until someone who loves us is grieving the loss. So she says, you will grieve forever. You will not get over the loss of a loved one. You will learn to live with the loss. You will heal and you will rebuild yourself around the loss that you suffered. You will be whole again, but you will never be the same. Nor should you be the same. Nor would you ever want to be the same. It's talking about love and loss because that's life. We feel the loss because the love is so powerful. And we wouldn't want the love to be less than it is. And it cannot be. And one of the most painful things can be remembering the joy that you experience right in the middle of the grief that you're feeling. And it can feel overwhelming. The joy is the light, and the grief is the heavy. The joy is the light, and the grief is the dark. And there are a lot of things to grieve these days. Not only the loss of loved ones, the loss of a sense of security, a loss of a sense of health, a loss of a sense of civility, loss of a sense of compassion and caring and truth and righteousness, so many things. And the loss can feel so hard and so harsh and so hurtful. And God is so faithful. God is so loving, so compassionate, so comforting. And when we're praying for God to help us, when we're praying for God to lead us and hold us and guide us and take our hand, here, take my hand, God, and help me. We find that God has already extended his hand to us. Is already where we are, right in the midst of the loss of the love, of the loss of the health, of the loss of the finances. God is. We say God is more than this. God is life itself. God is love itself. No matter what it is we're going through. And we're always going through something because that is how we learn to love. It's how we learn to grow. In this dimension, we can't really have daylight without nighttime. But the sun does rise every morning, no matter how dark the night is. This morning, I could see the mountains. It's been days before I could see the mountains. How could I ever have thought that the mountains weren't there just because I couldn't see them? This morning reconfirmed my awareness that the mountains are still there, the sun is still shining, and love is still the most powerful force anywhere. But when we're thinking about beginning and ending, it's like what happens after the beginning and before the ending that we can kind of tend to get all wrapped up in, just trying to make it. And we're not really focused, we're not really aware, we're not really appreciating the things that are of the light. And so I was thinking about this very famous play called Our Town, and probably you read it in high school, or maybe you've seen it, written by Thornton Wilder, and it won the Pulitzer Prize for drama. This play called Our Town, about it's a fictional story about people in Grover's Corner in New Hampshire, in the state of New Hampshire, back in the early 1900s, about this girl named Emily Webb and a boy that she knew named George Gibbs. And they lived near each other, and they were childhood friends, and then they fell in love and they married right there in Grover's Corner. And according to the story, the play is the play is about, you know, this town, and Emily dies in childbirth, and she's in the cemetery, and her spirit awakens, and she wants to go back and just see one day in her town, to see one day with the people that she knew and that she loved. And the other spirits that are there in the cemetery say, "Oh no, don't go, Emily. You'll be sad if you go." But she insists, and she decides that she's going to go back on her 12th birthday, the morning of her 12th birthday. And she sees her mom and her dad and her neighbors, and she notices that people aren't really noticing one another. They're not really paying attention to one another. They're not really understanding how precious their time together is. And it's very, very disappointing. And she wants to go back to the cemetery. She wants to go back and not see this life where people are missing the point. And so before she turns to go back to the cemetery, she looks back at her town and she says, "Goodbye, Grover's Corners. Goodbye to clocks ticking and Mama's sunflower and food and coffee and new iron dresses and hot baths and sleeping and waking up. Oh, Earth, you're too wonderful for anybody to realize you." And her speech is her realization that she just hadn't been aware of the wonder of life while she was living it. She said, "I didn't realize that all that was going on," and we never noticed how much of what goes on in our life, and we don't notice it because we're busy. We're doing things. We're preoccupied with a life. We don't realize that it's not even the milestones. I mean, the milestones are important, but it's like every moment is precious. I mean, if I could go back to when I was 12 and to be with my parents and my sister and my brother and my dogs, and I mean, just one moment to be able to actually see and be and experience with people that I love. Every moment of our life is an opportunity. And yesterday we celebrated a milestone, my son-in-law's birthday, and we were together And it was so wonderful to be together. And I was thinking about our town and I was thinking about my family. And I just took the opportunity to tell everybody how special they were and how blessed we were and how much I love them. And I'm wondering if what that suggests to you, the opportunity that you have to let the people that you love know that you love them, to let them know that you're aware and that you're interested and that you're with them. That you take the opportunity to celebrate your life. That this life that we're living is not just about just hanging in there, doing the best we can till it's over. Because when it's over, we won't really be over. We'll be in a space of expanded consciousness, of awareness. And I'm hoping that the things that I remember that I celebrated, that I actually was able to experience it, that there were no wasted moments. And, back in the day, I mean, I really wasn't interested in people talking about, my mother had what I call old lady friends. She had 3 or 4 old ladies that she would take mending and she would take them shopping and she would do things for them. I never thought I was going to be an old lady. And I started seeing these things coming about, taking care of yourself. And I didn't have time for that. I was doing things. I'm moving around. What? Here I am, an old lady. That's what people would say. But I don't necessarily most of the time feel like that. But sometimes I do. So what is the perfect time to really be aware of your blessings and your life and the opportunities in it, even if it feels like, oh, time has passed me by? Time does appear to pass, but there is a time that is eternally present. And that's this moment right here, right now, while you're here, whatever time this is, wherever you are. Right now is a time to celebrate this life that you are living. It's time for me to celebrate my life, not just move through it the best I can. I'm intending to do the best I can, but not do the best I can. I mean, just the energy with which we approach this idea of living and of celebrating. There is a universal good that's unfolding, and it's unfolding from within us. That's what we get to just keep remembering. And I was talking about contracting and stretching and giving and receiving, which is what life is. It's also remembering and forgetting. And we remember and we forget, and then we remember. It's part of us. We don't have to feel ashamed because, oh, I should have known that or I should have done that. This is what I know right now. This is what I'm accepting for my life right now. God is still being God no matter what is unfolding in my life, no matter how I'm coming and leaving, no matter who is coming and leaving. There is a love that is sustaining us. The spirit of Dr. Regan is right here where we are. Her songs, her poems, her teaching, the people that you love are right here where you are. In your breath, in your memory, in your spirit, which is their spirit. And that's the place where nothing has been lost, where we don't ever leave. Nobody ever leaves. This is part of what we're learning in this life, in this way right now. That this is the time to engage, that this is the time to celebrate. This once in a lifetime time. And the more light you pack, the more light you carry, the lighter your world will be because you're bringing the light. because you know from where it comes, from within you. Ray Bradbury said, looking back over a lifetime, you see that love is the answer to everything. Love was the answer to everything because love is everything. That is what this life is. Nobody else's idea of what it is makes it what it is for us. A very learned philosopher said, every day is a little life. Every waking and rising is a little birth. Every fresh morning is a little youth. Every going to rest and to sleep is a little death. Each day, we get to become more consciously aware of our connection, of our unification, of the ways that our love and our life are woven together. Every day, we can intend to celebrate life in whatever way works, whatever way feels like a joyful celebration. That's what we can do every day. That's what we can do every moment. That is what our strong intention and our spiritual practice allows us to do, encourages us to do. So we just consciously breathe the breath of God, the life of God, the light of God, the joy of God. We let ourselves be inspired and lifted. We let ourselves be embraced and loved. We let ourselves be in the moment with God. And let ourselves be aware of the angels that surround us. Without a doubt, they are faithful and loving. They embrace the I am of each one of us. And the universal good unfolds for us, and everything unfolds for our highest and best. Especially even those things that we think are part of the worst that could ever happen in life. There's something unfolding that is precious, that is priceless. And it's love. We recognize it as love. Love loves to love. Love heals everything. Love reveals absolute truth. This is a love we can trust and depend on. It's a love that is forever and ever. It is a love that does not end. Love is another word for God. Love is another word for the divine. We resonate with this. We are divine beings having a human experience. And a human experience includes things that look like regret and sorrow and sadness. They feel that way too. So we have to honor the sorrow and the sadness, whatever comes in the package. We are packing light. We are packing love. We're packing who and what we are. And God is still being God. Lifetime after lifetime, love after love, God is. We give thanks for this, for the presence of God. We give thanks for the healing and the wholeness that is being revealed. We give thanks for the truth and the opportunities and the achievements For the visions and the dreams and the glory of God, we give thanks. And we let God be God. And then we simply say, and so it is. Amen. Thank God for Arne. She knows what to say with song.
Wow, Reverend Greta. Powerful message. Thank you for the reminder of life, just the brilliance of what we get to experience on this side. Um, I want to close with a song that I learned from Dr. Regan. I met her in 1981 when I was a student at Howard University, and she became an incredible mentor to me. She was many things. I was honored to work for her and with her in lots of capacities until 2005 when I moved to Los Angeles. And putting it out here now, I'm planning a celebration of music, celebration of life and music for her for Friday, October 4th, 2024. That would have been her 84th birthday. It's Friday, October 4th. Stay close. Um, in the outside world, I called her Dr. Regan. In the office, I called her BJR. And on stage, I called her Bernice. And she would always have me sit to her right. And so many incredible things she said. I remember her once talking about her activism. She started when she was an 18-year-old. 18-year-old. 18 years old. Um, Singing within the civil rights movement. It wasn't even known as a movement at the time. She was just singing, using her voice. And she talked about the voice in her head, um, understanding that if she sang, if she became an activist, if she dedicated her life to this work of singing on the front lines, that she could be killed. If she could be killed, she would be killed because she saw so many around her dying, so many of her friends. She said that you have to face that voice in your head and you cross the line of fear. If you don't do that, you will never be able to meet yourself. For about 15 years, I sang as a touring member and as a substitute with Sweet Honey in the Rock. And this is one of the most endearing songs for me. My last concert with her, she looked over it because she curated all the shows, and she says, "Your last show, what you want to sing?" And this was the song I chose: "Give Your Hands to Struggle." Give your hands to struggle. And I'm going to try to do this with a track that I recorded. Okay. Let me know if you hear it. If you see me stumble, don't stand back and look on. Reach out now, baby. Give your hands to struggle. Give your hands to struggle. Give your hands to struggle. Yeah. Give your hands to struggle. Give your hands to struggle. If you feel my heart break, don't just count the sound waves. Hold me close now, baby. see me crying, don't just pat my shoulder. Don't just pat my shoulder. Help me go on. Help me go on, right on, yeah. Give me your strength to struggle. And if you hear my love song, don't stand back and listen. Help me sing it, help me sing it on, help me sing it on. Give your voice to struggle, then we'll be moving. We'll be really, really, really moving. Be really moving, building up our union. If you give your all to the struggle, come on, give your hands to struggle. Give your hands to struggle. Give your hands to struggle. Give your hands. Everybody can lend your hands. Struggle. Make it right. Make it right. Turn it from wrong and make it right. Give your hands to justice. Hands to equity. Give your hands to struggle. Sometimes you need people who can pray. You need people who can pray for you. Sometimes you need people to give you a hug. Let you know you're going in the right direction. Sometimes you need people to cook good food. Sometimes you need people to lend a helping hand. Sometimes you just need somebody. Sometimes you need somebody to say, you did all right. You did all right. You did all right. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Thank you, niece. Thank you. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the legacy. Thank you for the songs. Thank you for the lectures. Thank you for the conversations. Thank you for the books. Thank you for the care. Thank you for the loving. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your belief. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your love. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for loving you. Thank you for being. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for teaching. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you, Arne. Thank you. And don't these tears have a right to roll?
Yes, they do. They do. They do. I've been having one thing that death does, or transition does, is brings people together. And so for the past, every day, for the past week, just been connecting with people that I've missed in my life. And it's just been so wonderful. Uh, it's been so wonderful. And I've been hosting the Zoom call, so I'm always, I've got the songs ready so we can all sing together, and I've got it all together. And it's so interesting that this is the day I don't have my voice, but I have my voice. I have it. I do have it. I have it. It's another way. It's just coming through another way. But we will definitely be celebrating Dr. Regan, Bernice, BJR, and all her manifestations on Friday, October 4th, here in Los Angeles. That would have been her birthday. She was a Libra sister. And we're going to be singing her music. So stay tuned and stay close.
Absolutely. Please let us know. Thank you. I've been thinking, like, when I think about somebody that I've lost that I love, that instead of immediately going to the sadness, I just say I love you. Every time I think I say I love you. And I can say thank you as well. Thank you. Mhm. These are very interesting times. I'm so happy that you are a part of this ministry. So grateful for those of you who have been so faithful and consistent from the very beginning, and so grateful for new people who come, who answer the call in whatever way they hear it and find something here that is supportive of their journey. Grateful for your participation, grateful for your contributions, for your financial support, for your tithes and your gifts, your offerings that are tax deductible and that do make it possible for us to continue with this message and this music and this community. Thank you, and thank you. So I share that I won't be with you next Sunday because of the celebration of life that are taking place. And I hope I can join you and you can join me in remembering to celebrate this life in whatever way works, whatever way feels supportive and feels wonderful. Small ways and big ways, there's no big or small in God. But the important thing is the intention that you can set for celebrating every day of your life. We're not sure when what looks like the last day will be. We can celebrate every day now. The nowness of this moment calls for celebration. Have a wonderful week, and thank you so much again for coming and for being part of this service. People that are on Zoom, if you'd like to unmute and express your gratitude to Arne or for anything.
Thank you for this beautiful service, Reverend Greta and Songbird. Thank you so much. Your voice has a richness every time you sing.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing those beautiful songs.
So I know the main ones. I need to make them.
Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful week. I love you. I thank you. I bless you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Greta.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you, Arne.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, everyone. I'm just honored to be in everyone's presence. I'm just very grateful to be alive and to be a part of an evolution of everything going into newness. Everything that we have ever known and experienced, and the positive and the negative, and to take all of that, all of our battles and war scars, and go into something brand new and bliss and love and light. And being here with you all is how we all have been able to manifest our energy into that. And I just love you all unconditionally, forever and ever and ever.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.